Hey, and welcome back. Let's talk some stimulus. There's been some updates, right? First one being they missed their deadline. That's going to go into the weekend now. They're going to be working over the weekend talking about things that should have been agreed to 7 months ago. It's pretty embarrassing, actually. If you compare us to any other industrialized nation in the world, we're slugging behind. We're not doing so good. This pandemic has really got us in knots, and a lot of it has to do directly uh, with those two people right there who have constantly put politics over people and are continuing to do so. So the latest information, the latest update on this bill is that there's a $300 weekly unemployment boost. They've added $600 stimulus checks and $600 per dependent on those checks. And if you make over $75,000 or $150,000, for every $1,000 over that threshold, subtract 5% from your stimulus check. Um, just on that alone, $600 is kind of a slap in the face. It's a car payment, right? It's not what Americans need, but it's something that's being hotly contested by our friends in Congress. I do want to give a shout out to Marco Rubio, who has stood up and put an amendment for a mixed family rule, which means that if the parents are in a situation where one has a social security number and the other one has an ITIN number, or they're here on a non-legal status, they're not going to get penalized, and they will still get money for their children. So that those extra $600 will come in if one of the parents has a social security number. This is important because children need not suffer during this pandemic because of political decisions. So shout out to Marco for making that happen. Even though it's $600 and you have people like Bernie Sanders saying that he's going to vote no on anything but $1,200, then you have um, pseudo progressives like AOC saying that we must take what we can now. I might do a whole video on her because, boy, is she starting to show her colors, and it's not anything that we need right now. Um, and I did a little bit more reading into what they're actually fighting over this weekend, and the first one that got my attention is um, the Save Our Stages bill. That's $10 billion. It's helping club owners, promoters, artists. That scene that was demolished first and still hasn't recovered. Um, Unlikely hero on that. It's Amy Klobuchar came and said, I want this in here. And she's dug in her heels for Save Our Stages, which is a great program. If you guys want to go and support a good program, go find Save Our Stages. There's a lot of hurting artists out there. And what, as a culture, are we without art? So get over there and make this part of something you want to see. Another thing they're arguing over is whether or not they should extend the moratorium, the rental moratorium. Really? I mean, what the heck is going on right now? Look at this chart, this unemployment chart. It's ridiculous, right? So from 2010 to 2020, just as we were getting out of the Great Recession, uh, things were going pretty good until this pandemic hit, and the amount of unemployed individuals is just staggering. I put another chart here so that you can compare how many people were unemployed at no fault of their own. So the other chart is from 1960 to 2020, and you see the peaks and valleys. And this year has left every other bubble, recession, and you could even go back and look at the depression, but it's left those unemployment numbers in the dust, which is a sad and scary thing. They're sitting there talking about wondering if they need to stop the eviction moratorium, which, by the way, is going to end here at the end of this month. And we got headlines like these talking about this is the biggest housing crisis of our lifetime. We literally just went through the housing bubble, or I'm aging myself. That was 10 years ago, but it was a big deal. That housing bubble was big, and now we have headlines saying this is the biggest housing crisis of our lifetime. Yeah, 20 million people out there owing $6,000 at least. And what's going to happen? That money has to get paid. So not only are the renters getting squeezed, but the landlords are getting squeezed too. This is all going to come to a head. And I don't see our Congress taking it seriously. Again, if you compare us to any other industrialized nation, they are helping their people. They understood it was a pandemic. It wasn't the people's fault. And they went in there and they helped them. And they are now getting back on their feet, where we're still arguing about wearing masks and whether or not this is a real problem. The problem's real. Whether it be health or economic, the problem's here. And our leaders are not doing much at all to help us. They're arguing about things that everybody thinks should be done. And they've taken almost a year to do that. So what are they but our servants? Correct? They are there to serve at the will of the people, and we are the people. And many times we forget that we have to contact them. We have to tell them that we are watching and we want A, B, and C. I found a website. It's myreps.datamade.us. It's just a quick way to find your representative. Just get out there, give them a quick phone call. Just let them know on the voice message, piece of your mind. If their legislative aid picks up, which they probably won't, let them know. Just a piece of your mind. Speak about what you think about this stimulus. Let them know what you want to happen. This is the only way things are going to get done, because if we keep on resting our hope on politicians like AOC or Rand Paul or Ted Cruz or anybody, they're all politicians, and at the end of the day, they're there for access, and they're going to play the diplomacy. And right now, we really don't need diplomacy. We need action, and tough action. So those are my 2 cents. If you, again, like this stuff, want to hear more of it, please subscribe to my channel. I'll keep on making more videos. It'll be fun, right? This is going to be a fun weekend because there's going to be some deals happening in Congress, and I'm gonna make another video as I hear more information. And I want you to have a great day. Thanks.